Hey guys, thanks for joining us again on another episode with Inspired by MsAmberRed. We just want to jump right into it today. I got Sasha and Tanya and
Hey
Brisa.
guys. Hey.
What's up, guys? So basically we're going to be just chatting a little bit about the studio day-to-days. Said I wasn't going to do that. But I wanted to talk about, just to start off real quick, is basically how we start our mornings. So when you start bringing people on, it's hard enough for me to organize myself, let alone an entire team of people. So we came up with an idea that we have like a daily checklist. One of the most important things on that daily checklist, besides like the cleaning BS, the other important thing is social media. So there's specific social media tasks on there that we follow every single day. One of them being that the girls have to help me, because obviously I'm like all over the place all the time. The girls have to jump in and help with story posting. So what that means is basically every hour I expect something to be posted on the story so people know that we're there and that we stay relevant within the industry itself. So is that annoying? Are you guys uncomfortable with that? How does it make you feel?
No, I just, it's part of my duties, so I'm used to it, you know. I try to beat you in the mornings.
Sometimes you guys post the same thing.
I know.
So
I know.
You guys
I'm like,
screenshot the same thing, post the same things.
yeah. So I'll get the story started usually if I don't beat Amber, and then the girls come in and they jump in like every hour.
Would you have like when you get there in the morning, is there, because kind of give them an insight, because so Sasha, if you guys remember, she's like in-house like everything. So she's like social media, website, help managing the artist, all the things. So do you have like in the morning, because obviously you have that task list that I'm talking about, which covers the entire studio, but do you have like your daily checklist that you kind of run through? Do you want to give people like an insight as to like what that looks like?
Yeah, so I do have my own daily one. I text people in the morning, respond, customer service, I vacuum the carpet, I get everything set up, I get the ambiance going. What else?
The vibe.
Yeah, I print out our daily agenda view, post of the story. Social media is super important. Make sure the bathroom's clean. What else? What am I missing?
Vacuum. She gets mad if you vacuum in the morning before she gets to do it.
You
That's
can't
like
vacuum at night because then everyone's going to step on it and then I do it again anyway. So just let me do it.
Just let me do it.
And the couch too.
In the
put,
couch.
Like, the designs in the couch.
Yeah. So that's pretty much
So
my morning.
weird that you like that. I'm sorry. I'm like, I am not. I hate vacuuming. Like
Yeah.
I hate. I'm like I could sweep, fine. I could like Swiffer, fine. Like pull out a vacuum, nah.
I really enjoy being clean and organized. Every day I get home, I make sure my room's spotless. It's probably becoming a problem, honestly. But yeah.
So when you first, I mean, you've been here a couple of years now, but when you first started posting and showing up on the stories, how did, like, in the morning, you're like, okay, it's 9 a.m., I'm still trying to, because Sasha shows up an hour, usually, at least, before all of us. So, like, how do you feel in the morning? You're in there, like, how are you even coming up with ideas? Like, how do you know what to post on the story to even begin with?
I would say at first I hated it. I was not used to it. I was, like, very embarrassed to do it. But I got over it, and honestly, if I have to record it 5 times, I'm going to record it 5 times. So, and just try to be like myself as much as I can. But yeah, I just think that comes with time, getting used to it and be on the story.
And then what kind of ideas, like, what do you think, like, idea-wise, like something, so is there a certain flow, and I guess that's kind of for all you guys, is there a certain flow that we kind of stick to? First thing in the morning, are you like, good morning, da-da-da, like, or are you just kind of throwing something random? Are you trying to mix it up? Are you showing, like, a training clip? What is it, like, first thing in the morning that you're wanting people to see?
Usually I'll say good morning. It's kind of just like intro to the day, you know, like, here we go, we're going to have a busy day. Or I'll talk about what's going on that week, like training, a course launch, but also not be too salesy because it's the morning. You know, you kind of just want to reel people in and have fun with it in the beginning. So,
yeah, I actually kind of I'm starting to like, because I guess in you know, Instagram and all the rules and all the different platforms change constantly.
Yeah.
But I do know that they kind of like, they don't want you to put like link after link after link after link, like pushing people away from Instagram.
Yeah.
So they say to, like, you know, post maybe 1, maybe 2 throughout the entire day. Like, you're not supposed to post multiple links because they obviously want you, when you're doing that, you're pulling them off of Instagram, and the key is to bring people to Instagram. So
Yeah.
that is a note, I think, that they're, that does stay pretty relevant and something that I think be mindful of rather than posting. You don't want to like, have 17 stories and 17 links shooting them off to different areas, even though we want to, right? We have a training clip. We want to send them to, the training website, but it's like, how do you kind of got to have a thought process behind each story.
Yeah, and being too salesy, like, people are going to stop watching our stories if it's like that, so we try to be fun on the stories too and show our personalities.
Yeah.
I like the little video. I don't know if it's you or Amber, but you guys make the little videos of us like walking in the door, like
saying hi. Yeah.
Studio tours. I really like those.
Yeah,
those ones take time. That's definitely Sasha.
yeah. Try to keep it fresh, but it's hard. Every day it's like, what can we do different today?
Yeah, so. I agree.
Yeah.
How do you? I know we got Brees over here, and Brees is the quieter out of the bunch. So how do you feel about showing your face on?
Oh my god, it's scary for me at first. At least at first, I've started now to kind of like more like try to open up myself, like be more myself, because I'm kind of like on a journey finding who the hell I am, because like for the most part I would hide who I was to like please other people, but I'm tired of it, so I'm showing myself out there.
Good.
But I actually had 2 people reach out to me, and like they were like, oh, I like when like you show your face, and they're like, I wish I could do it, and I was like, just do it. And I kind of gave them advice, and I gave them the confidence to just be like, post whatever they wanted. And it made me feel nice. And I'm like, well, just like sometimes you just have to do it. Like, just show up. And like, I pretend that the camera's like not a camera. It's like a person. It's like a friend that I'm talking to. So I just like start the conversation as if like I'm talking to somebody that is well known to me.
That's a good way of thinking about it. Just having a normal convo.
I think it's so hard for a lot of people. Like, I don't think, like, I mean, I think you could think of even the biggest names within the industry, and it's so hard for even, like, they may not, like, say it, but I think it's good to say it, because I think there's so many people out there that are uncomfortable speaking. Like, I don't want to talk in front of this mic, but it's like, I'm like, but I just won't watch the YouTube version. It's fine. But it's
I watch them all, unfortunately.
You watched them all?
Yeah.
I have not watched any of them.
I need to know everything.
I'll listen, but I don't want to watch it. So I'm like,
I don't want to do either. Once it's done, I don't want to
think about it.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to see it.
So it's funny because I think a lot of people think that we show up on social media and it's so easy, but to hear it like within us, we're like, no, we don't like doing it either. But I think it is key to be yourself, because people are 100% going to be like, oh, that's not who she is. Like, they're going to meet you in person and be like, the hell, you're this person online, but then you're this person, and like, that's weird. I don't know.
I feel like that's the hardest part, because like personally that I've seen, like a lot of people, they're like very preppy, like, hi guys, and like that's not me. And like when I started like recording things, like I kind of was acting that way, because like it's like you want to see people who are positive and like really happy and like all in your face, but I'm like, that's not me. So I kind of calmed it down in my videos, so I just like talk normal. So
I think it's important to show your struggles just as much as it is, like, I feel like those make 1,000 times more impact on something that,
Definitely.
You're all happy and positive. That's great and dandy, but we know that that's not how life is. And like on the on the daily, somebody's dealing with something. So to show, and don't be negative, but like to show how you work through the struggles is really important, because usually that's when I get the most feedback. Like, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, but it's like that's when people reach out and like, holy cow, like you shared, like that was like super cool. Like nobody's, everybody shows their best face on social media. So
I think it makes you relatable. So
definitely. I was gonna say that. Yeah, people love it when we like show like the real and the raw of everything. Like, they really appreciate it.
I think too, when we post a lot of like bleeding things, or like not the pretty side of it, like you said, like I think a lot of people appreciate that, because social media is all like pretty stuff, and then no one really sees like the back end of stuff. I think we do a good job of like showing both.
Yeah, for sure. What about like days, I guess I'll target this towards you, Tanya, like that you don't feel like being on it, but you have to? How do you balance that?
On social media?
Yeah.
Or do you stockpile for those days that you don't want to?
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking.
I like content batch. Like, there'll be times where I just don't, like, I know what's coming up next, but I don't know. I guess I'm just like fuddy-duddy with what I'm posting, and like I need to know what's coming up next. But if I'm not feeling it, like, I won't post, because it's, I don't know.
Don't force it.
But I guess like when it comes to like the stories and stuff like that, and just like showing up, like, I don't know. To me, I'm just like, all right, what character am I going to be today? And to me, it's like, I don't have to like kind of, but that's just me. Like, I don't have to like get in the mood for it. I'm like, all right, like, let's do it. What character am I going to be today? Like, let's hop on.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like posting stuff like that, I'm like, no, it needs to be planned out. Like, I need to know what I'm posting. Like, I can't just post whatever.
Yeah.
So when you say content batching, because I mean, that's like, it's not a new concept, but a lot of people don't do that. So what does that even mean? Like,
so my content so I'll make, sometimes I feel like in a writing mood, sometimes I feel like in a creative mood. So like one day I'll assign to like make all my videos, make all my like cover photos, like make like the visuals of it, and then the next day I'll do like all of my like captions and just like plan it out. So yeah, so I'll pick specific days for like what I do for each like set of my content. And then like yesterday I was just on a content mode and I literally have like my next 30 posts on all like social media platforms.
That was my next question. Like how far in advance do you do that? So I do something similar because I still do the studio's grid, the Instagram grid, which I've been slacking on late when life happens. Sometimes I don't feel like writing things. But on that note, like I'll do the same thing, but I put in my notes on my phone. So I'll have like I'll have the image and then I'll have like the hashtags and then I'll have, the description. But generally what I'll do is I'll go in and format all of the images because I'm much more visual. So I'll go in and do all the images first and then I'll toss them into like the grid layout. You guys can get that on like Canva. There's a lot of ways you can do that. There's a free app that's amazing that's called Preview. You guys can use to like see what your Instagram grid actually looks like ahead of time before it's posted. So that's really handy. But then from there, I actually like to write my captions as I'm posting. I feel like that's a way because if I do things too far in advance, then I'm like, what if I don't want to talk about this that day? Like sometimes I get in a mood and I'm like, I want to post this bloody ass eyeliner. Like I want to be real today and I want to show them. So like I'll leave me some leeway to switch like images around or I always leave my captions open and I write those day of like when I go to post. But
if I know I have something coming up, like today I was like, I have an eyeliner. So I'll like leave a spot for what I know. But, when I have, like this week, you guys are going out of town, I'm like, well, I'm not going to have too much going on. So this is my time to like put out the content that I've kind of been sitting on.
Yeah.
But I do allow myself, like if I know I have like a certain procedure coming up or like, I'm like, I'm going to want to post that girl's face or like, I'm going to want to post that eyeliner. I leave myself like little slots for like free stuff.
And so people that don't have, because I think another problem that people run into is kind of turned into really hardcore social media stuff that I think a lot of people have a hard time, like they don't have enough content. So like I feel like in that case, it's like take a bunch of pictures of that one person, right? Because we can always flip the photo. But I think the most simple things to create more content people miss. It's like you can have one client and literally have 100 pieces of content out of it. Mm-hmm. You can take a little snippet of your conversation. You can take a close-up of that eyeliner. You can get a clip of you tattooing that eyeliner. You can get different angles. You can do a full face. You can do so. There's so many different ways to reuse content where people think like, oh, I got this one client and now I have nothing to post. It's like, so sit down, I think, and brainstorm like how many different things or what can you use that one client for, and it'll look totally different. Nobody will know that. Do you know how many times I've reused different eyeliner clips? Like I have a 3-minute long video and I've taken like 15 different clips out of that video, switched it and put it with a different eyeliner, and everybody thinks it's from that specific eyeliner. Yeah. I'm like, no, those is just a bomb-ass clip, so I'm reusing it, just a different section of it, or I flipped it and turned it, like, and I might have added a
transition.
transition on it. Like, I might have done, it's like you can reuse things like that. So, like, you guys don't overthink your content when it comes to, you only have 5 clients for the next 3 weeks. Like, you can get so many pieces of content out of that. So. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't do that because they think, people will notice it's the same person,
but
nobody notices. Yeah. Nobody notices anything.
I think I've used the same like up close eyeliner clip, like of an eye, and every time it's just like woo. But it's like I've literally probably used it like 10 times.
Yeah,
you guys just don't know.
Yeah, and I think people think it has to be like this whole production thing. Like you can literally set your phone up and record yourself, or make a time lapse, and there you go.
Yeah.
Now you can make 3 or 4 reels out of that,
or like record your tray setup.
Yeah,
like people like to see that.
Or reuse what you already have. Like you can just reword what you already posted, and like as far as like I would say like copyright.
These are like my lazy posts, but they always like get the most views. It's like
just a clip, like a 3
it's like
second
a 5
clip.
a 3 to 5 second clip, and it's just like, oh, you want to know how to book browse? Read below, and then or just like anything, just like
the most views,
the smallest clip, and it's just like, oh, want to know this? Read the caption, or like more info in the caption. Like,
something that we did recently that literally, I don't even know if you guys have seen it yet, but we have like now a content calendar, like idea sheet for the studio stories. Because we have so many different things. Ramella made it for us. So we have an online assistant that's working with us. But so she had it, she had it like month for the month, and then it was going to change next month. So I simplified it even more. So I actually took that calendar and I did Monday to Saturday, which we're not there on Mondays, so that falls on me on Mondays. So that's fine. But basically, it has categories now. So it's like if you're, when you're in a studio, it's like, how the heck do you remember like to post all these different things? So on top of this general posting that we're talking about, there's also like now, we're starting to work with products. So we have to promote a product. We're starting to work, trying to fit in trainings, trying to fit in these webinars, trying to fit in all these different little pieces of promotions that just come with just the studio alone. And how do you organize those? So what I found was happening is we were missing, we were reposting 2 or 3 out of 15 different topics that we're supposed to be sharing.
Yeah.
So now we have them on rotation. So like Mondays that says you can either have, post this or that. And then Tuesday, same thing, this or that. So there's like these specific categories that I think helps us like, say, it's Tanya's time to post on the story. She doesn't want to post her face. Okay, well, she can look at literally this calendar and it said Monday, Tuesday, or, it says on Monday and there's 2 different topics. So pick one. We have pre-made batched material for those in folders. So she can go in, grab that clip and just post it to the story. So that makes it a lot easier and a lot more organized, I think, when you have a team that's trying to post so many different things. Because we all, like we've said this a million times, we all have our hands in the pot because we're all trying to help. Mm-hmm. But then on the flip side of that, it creates chaos because we're like, I thought you did that. You didn't do this? Oh, crap. Well, we thought. And it's like, well, now it just that alone just is like, whew. Okay, we don't have to think about what we're posting in the moment. Is really helpful.
Yeah, and it's really helpful that we have shared folders with each other and folders that are labeled. So if it's for promotional stuff, you go to the promotional folder. If it's a eyeliner of Amber's, you go to Amber's folder. It's so easy and just helps like you not think about it. Mm-hmm. You could just go, okay, I have so many ideas. Let me go to these folders and post from there.
So real quick, explain what a shared folder is because I don't think, some people may not as tech savvy. So what does that mean that we're doing between us?
So for my iPhone users, if you're on Android, I don't know about you, but iPhone has what they call shared folders where you can, how do I say this? Like drop everyone into it, add their contacts to it. Yeah.
Like a folder, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like messages but for pictures.
Yeah.
It's like you're messaging like a whole group chat, but like it's just for pictures and videos.
Yeah, so then we go at the end of the day, drop all the content we get into the, what's it called? The what am I looking for? To the correct folder. I was thinking of a different word, but into the correct folder, and then everyone has access to it, and you can post whenever you're ready.
Yep.
Because it's there.
Yeah, so Brisa and I work on little projects all the time. Brisa's kind of like the person I'm like, hey, Brisa, I need like 20 clips of this. So like, especially with, let's use the podcast, for example. She'll go in, she'll get little clips, little funny clips that she saw through the podcast. She'll snip them out. She'll do the overlay, add the text, and then she just puts the beginning and the ending on the video and then drops that complete clip into the folder. So then that way I'm like, oh, I need to promote the podcast. Shit. Like I can just literally just go there and I got like 30 clips right off the bat, ready to go. It takes me 2 seconds and then I just upload it from there. So it's really helpful.
It makes it so easy.
Our ready to go folder too.
Yep.
So like Brisa and I will drop our like videos on there, or sometimes Amber wants to like post something of us and she's like, hey, I need a video of this. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just like drop them on there.
Yeah, so it's called Ready to Go Vid. So when I go down do the content planning for the studio, I try to mix all of us girls in there. So that's really helpful. So they already have their videos ready to go. And so I can just, it's a really cool little trick.
Yeah, super helpful. Have all that there ready to go. Any other tips, tricks, guys?
That was a lot of information.
Yeah, I know. We just went in.
Just get out there.
Yeah.
Just show your face, get out there, reuse your content. And
if you're nervous, just talk to the camera. Don't post it. Just talk to the camera and save it for yourself, and then just look at it back at later. Just like get used to your voice, get used to your face.
Yeah.
Like just literally just talk.
Cool.
I just don't like looking back at it. I'm like, hey, now.
Oh my god! I was waiting for that. I was like, oh my god.
No, I don't know. Like, I just watching it back and like listening to it. I'm like, it's making me sweaty already. Yeah. But I'm like, I'll get up there. I do whatever we gotta do, but don't watch. Don't ask me to watch it again.
That's so funny.
That's my advice.
Just don't watch it. Just post it.
Just post it.
And don't delete it later. Some people post and then they delete it. You guys, just leave it alone. Nobody cares that much.
You never know if it'll go like some people will see it. More people like views come later.
Yeah. Like you're just cringy because you think you're cringy. Other people don't.
They really don't care.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even if you are, you can look back at it and just be like, oh, look how much I've improved. And you can see how you've improved. Like, that's very important to have. Like, show your progress. Because sometimes we get stuck in, like, kind of like a plateau. And you look back and you're like, well, I'm doing way better than I was before.
Yeah.
So,
They're not out there doing it, so just do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode. We will catch you next time.
Bye.